Hey money friends, today I'm going to be going over our paycheck budget. This is going to be a paycheck budget for the first part of November. For us, that means is going through October 30th through November 19th. Those are just the dates based on when we get paid, and this does include an extra paycheck from my job. I get paid bi-weekly and my husband gets paid bi-monthly, so he gets 2 paychecks every month, and then some months I can put 3 in a month, and that's what's happening with this paycheck. I'm going to walk you through what we do as a family of 3, 2 adults and 1 2-year-old with our money and how we are going to allocate all the money that's coming in for the first part of November based on our November budget. If you're new here, my name is Mary. This is Pennies Not Perfection, where we talk about money and budgeting and debt payoff and all things personal finance without any shame and with lots of freedom to make mistakes and do what's right for you. So I'm going to go over our budget, and hopefully it can inspire you to see how someone else does their budget. And we probably make a lot of different choices in what you make or have a different life situation, but it's always nice to see someone using real numbers. And these are real numbers for us. It is our take-home pay that we budget, and then I'll show you everything that we're paying for with that money. With that said, let's hop into the numbers. Okay, let's hop into the paycheck budget. This is going to be for the first part of November, which, because it's a 3 paycheck month for me, I am including the paycheck I got on October 30th, and then it will go through November 19th, which is when our paychecks normally go, because my husband gets paid on the 20th of each month. So this is going to include 3 paychecks, 2 for me and 1 for my husband. So for the month of November, we had budgeted $6,350. We always budget the month before we do the paychecks, just so we can kind of break it down and know what all we have to cover for the month, and then we can pick which paycheck or split it between paycheck budgets, and that works out really well for us. So this first paycheck budget is higher than our normal ones, and it's going to be $3,473 because I got paid more than once. And then in my pay yourself first category, I am including Roth IRA contributions. We do $100 a week there right now. That has worked out really, really well for us, and that is going into my Roth IRA. Next year, we're hoping to do both mine and my husband's, but for now, we're just doing my Roth IRA, and then next year, when we are done with debt, we will be doing both of ours and maxing them out, hopefully. That's the goal. 2021 goals will be a video coming soon, and I'll share what all we have planned for the year. I have so many things I want to accomplish, and since I did so well on the goals for this year, I'm hoping that that will happen next year as well. But for now, we do still have debt we're paying off, so we're putting $100 a week for debt right now, and then of course all of my side income goes toward the debt payoff, so we just do $100 a week from our regular budget. So for the pay yourself first category, that is $600, and we do that first so I know that that's happening no matter what. Some of the variable expenses in our budget may get cut in the month depending on what's happening or what's going on, but I know for sure that the pay yourself first category is happening no matter what, and that's why we do it that way. We know that money is going to where it needs to go first before anything else. So next we're going to do fixed expenses, which are our bills, and that first bill that we have every 2 weeks, that's the biggest one we have, is our mortgage payment. We pay $1,300 a month for a 15-year mortgage, so we do $650 every 2 weeks, and that works out really well. So we make 1 extra full payment per year to pay down the mortgage faster. So we're hoping to do it probably in like 10 years or so, but it's not a rush at all. We have a super low interest rate. Then we have my daughter's preschool tuition, which is $395. Then we have an ER bill. It is $250. That will be reimbursed later when I put it to my husband's HSA and they reimburse us, but I really don't know how long that'll take. So for now, I'm just going to pay it out of our money, our paycheck money, and then we'll have $250 come back in income basically at some point in the future. Next, we have a planned item that is $175, and then I have 1 therapy session in the next 2 weeks, and that is $130. I do go to a therapist that doesn't take insurance, so she is $130 a session, which is, it's a luxury, and I am very glad that we can afford it for now because I do need it. And then Bestow is our life insurance for me, and that is $33 a month. I pay for $300,000 in coverage. Then we are paying $45 for my daughter to play soccer at her school. And we did $30 to buy her photos from school because we weren't planning to. And then it was a little bit of an impulse buy because the photo came home and the proof was so cute that I just couldn't help but buy some. So we spent $30 to buy photos, and that will cover a couple photos that are for gifts for Christmas as well. So it's kind of double duty, but we did spend $30 on those that we weren't planning to. And then Amazon Prime we were doing for a couple months, it's $13, and then Netflix is $17, I believe, because the price did go up on that. I've noticed a lot of subscriptions have been going up in price, or they've been implementing new rules that doesn't allow sharing and stuff like that. So it's very interesting to see how subscription models are finding out that they're going to have to charge more like regular cable services did. I just find that interesting. I wonder how much is going to keep going up, honestly. I know a lot of people have like YouTube TV and they're kind of upset that the price went up so much because they cut cable to get that, and now they're paying almost as much with everything they have. Anyway, side note, on fixed expenses, we are spending $1,738. So let's move on to variable expenses. For groceries, we're going to spend $400 or estimated $400. That's for 3 weeks. We normally do like $125 a week, and that's worked out so super well for us. We average about that, so it works out pretty well to have that in our grocery spending account. And so that's what we have for the next 3 weeks. Gas, we're going to do $150. Personal money, we are sticking with the $100 for now. That's $50 for each of us. Giving, $125, and then miscellaneous spending, $25. I've been doing $50, but we aren't ever really spending that much, so it's going to be $25. And because I'm filming this a few days later than it started, it is already November, I did spend half of our miscellaneous spending on some $12 Elsa shoes for my daughter. And then car repair, that is a sinking fund, so we're putting $150 into that. We know that we'll either have some repairs on our one car or need money to have a big repair or something, so we're just trying to bulk that up because there's not a lot of money in there. Then car insurance, we're putting $75 away because we pay that every 6 months. And of course, life insurance for my husband, we pay quarterly and he pays $35 a month. He has, I think, more coverage than I do, but I can't remember how much his policy's for, but he pays roughly $35 a month and then pays that quarterly. Our house fund, we're putting $25 in, and our pets fund, we're putting $25 in as well. Those sinking funds are just for when things come up. And then, of course, we are going to save a little bit for Christmas and put $25 in there. We haven't been doing a ton in Christmas, but next paycheck budget we'll have more. And then I am starting to cash in all of my rewards and extra points and stuff like that. So that will pad out our Christmas budget for spending. I have already created our Christmas budget. Mostly I have a rough idea. So once I have those exact numbers, I will share the Christmas budget here on the channel, because I am going to be doing a mix of different funding sources and show you how I'm kind of regifting some too. So it's going to be a lower overall amount for Christmas, but I'm pretty excited that we aren't putting a ton of our personal money and spending like $1,000 on it as well. All right, so our variable expenses, when I add all of that up, this is the category where if something goes wrong and we overspend in another area, I literally just cut from the bottom until I've covered everything. So I'll just cross out Christmas, pets, house, that kind of stuff. I don't normally do the car insurance or life insurance because those are technically bills, but the total there is $1,135. So our total income is $3,473, and then our total expenses that are planned are $3,473. That leaves us with a zero-based budget, which is not always the case. I normally have a buffer in our budget, but we do have a pretty good checking account buffer right now, so I'm not gonna, it doesn't feel that necessary. Plus, I wanted to get some of this stuff done in this first paycheck budget when we have a little bit more money than next time. On my to-do list is to figure out Thanksgiving, and if we're actually doing anything. If anything, it will be outside and quick and casual. I'm still a little iffy on any gatherings right now. I know not everyone shares that opinion, but I don't really think we're gonna do anything or go do much. Then I do need to send that ER bill to the HSA, and I do want a meal plan every week so that our grocery budget stays where it needs to be, because that's our biggest problem. So that's the November paycheck budget for the first half of the month. Thank you guys so much for watching.